Okay, this is the chord change from Resonata. It's another video that I did a couple weeks ago. It has two chord changes. It's A7 and a G minor 6 with a B flat in the bass. That second chord could be a B flat major 7. For a bass player, it's interchangeable because you're focusing more around the A and the B flat. But as a keyboardist, I chose to make that a G minor 6 with a B flat in the bass. You could play it either way as long as the bass player is playing A and B flat. And this is what it sounds like. So you can see they're very similar, and in close position voicing, they're very close. And they share they share two common tones. They share E and G, and the bottom two notes of the voicings are changing from C sharp and E to B flat and D. And that's what makes it contrast. And then in terms of constructing some kind of a melody or a solo, you can use D harmonic minor, and that's what this is here. D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C sharp, D. And you can go up and down the scale and it'll fit with these chords. That's what it sounds like. But there's a more creative way of doing it for any instrument. I played bass on it, but you can also play saxophone or guitar. What I like to do is compose a solo based upon rhythmic blocks. So here I compose two blocks that we'll use to construct a melody and then map the correct chord tones over the rhythms. So very simple. I just have it reiterating on an E natural. So what we're going to do is just use them as blocks. So we'll just use this. Well, no, I'm not going to cut and paste. I'm just going to actually enter the notes here. So let's put in the chord symbol A7 for 2 bars. And now we'll use the rhythm and the chord tones. So we'll start with, let's say, we'll start with C sharp. That C sharp is the third of A7 chord tone. And we'll do another chord tone. Let's jump up to the G natural, and then so I'm just using that basic rhythm and mapping the notes there. Okay, so purpose of the exercise, or a rule of thumb actually, is to always play a chord tone at the beginning of the bar, if you can. The better soloists know how to strategize to play a chord tone on stronger beats like 1 and 3. So we'll just continue here. I'll just keep using this rhythm. A is a chord tone, obviously. And just going to do this very quickly. This will be interesting. C sharp, remember, not C natural. And then I'll use the second block, which is just quarter notes. And the chord change here is the G minor 6 with B flat in the bass. Okay, now when we get here, we have to play a chord tone, and E is a chord tone, so it's right there. And let's use all chord tones. So E, D, D is a chord tone. G minor 6 is spelled G, B flat, D, E. So we'll play all chord tones here. And I should have changed the key signature, so I'm always putting in B flat. And I'll use quarter notes here again. Can't use F because it's not a chord tone. So let's use E. G is a chord tone. And I'll use that B flat as a tritone. It'll sound pretty good. And let's see what it sounds like. Oh, first I want to, let's just copy the voicings from the bass clef over there so you can have context. And I'm going to put some repeats in here just to play it twice. And voila. Wait a minute. Let me put in this again. So there you have it. And you can keep doing that. You can make up your own rhythms too, and you can even use a whole note. It sounds very raw here, just playing the sound through a finale. But obviously, if you're playing guitar, you can do all kinds of bends and stuff in here to make it more human. It's a good way to get a handle on playing over chord changes, is to sit down and actually map the notes out. I recommend doing it on a staff, either in some kind of software like Finale, but there's other free notation softwares out there, or just with pen and paper if you have some staff paper. I think it's the best way to learn how to learn scales and learn rhythms. So there you have it. I hope it's helpful.